Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Jaedong and Sky here on Benzene 1.1. Going to be a good one, going to be a fun one. Let's go ahead and introduce these players. Top right-hand corner of Benzene, we have the yellow Protoss player. It is Sky. And in the bottom left-hand corner, the teal Zerg player, Jaedong. Teammates at this point. A lot of the replays for Jaedong that I have are him playing against other teammates of his. I assume these are practice matches. And, but Jaedong is excellent. Sky is excellent as well, but I kind of feel like Jaedong has the advantage here. Just because he's the best Zerg player to ever play Brood War. And I wonder if anybody will ever surpass him. Hero, maybe? Larva, maybe? Trying to think of who else is on that list here today. It's pretty much it. I think it's those two. If I thought about it, maybe there'd be more. But anyway, probe scouting here is Sky to see what's going on. Pool first. Was that about an 8 pool? 8 or a 9 pool here coming up from Jaedong. It is a 2-player map, so it's pretty easy to know where your opponent is, obviously. And as a result, you can get some stuff done. Extractor trick into 10 out of 9 supply. Yeah, man, these are going to be some aggressive Zerglings for sure. Let's see if this works out in the end for Jaedong. I can't imagine it will, just because the probe scout is here. And it's not actually all that big of an area to wall off here on Benzene. So I think we're going to be okay. Probe comes in, says, all right, I see your pool is just about done. Let's go ahead and throw down a forge as soon as we can. Come on, forge. Let's do this thing. And there it is. There's your forge coming up. Then you just want a cannon. Now, depending on how many lings actually come out here, that's a big deal. So this probe needs to stick around long enough to see exactly how many Zerglings. It is going to be 6. So committing to the full 6 now is Jaedong. Going to try to get up here and do some stuff. You're going to go on 1 cannon and probably another cannon and maybe even a 3rd one, just to make sure no lings get inside your main base and be incredibly annoying here. There we go. Probe sees it. Probe sees the 6 lings. Immediate cannon 1 and cannon 2. There it is. 2 cannons coming up. He's going to have to pull some probes to help wall off this here. As soon as the lings show up, the probe is going to try to delay as long as it can. And it should be enough here. Again, if you scout this perfectly, as Sky has, then yeah, Jaedong's not going to be able to get a lot of stuff done with these lings. I'm going to estimate maybe he gets like a Zergling or 2 in for some scouting. But man, these cannons are coming in now. Any probes coming down to help? No, just the one. Just the one probe here is like, you know what, I'm good. Are they here? They're here. And he's going to try to delay them a little bit. The ling's going for it, but the run-by happens, and 1 ling makes it in. Prediction true. 1 ling makes it in for the scout. It will take a long time to kill it. And it's really annoying stuff. Alright, so the Zergling is going to run around a bit. I'm going to send a couple probes after him to kill him, just because you don't want a ling scouting everything you're doing in the early stages of the match, or you're in trouble versus Jaedong. If Jaedong doesn't know what you're doing, you have a better chance of beating him for sure. But finally, hatchery coming in. Extractor just about done here too. And obviously we're going to see a gateway. Yep, gateway here. Cybernetics core. Next part of that bat expansion is about 75% complete there too. There's the cybernetics core. And yeah, Zergling being exceptionally annoying. Eventually, we'll be able to get a Dragoon out and deal with it. Or, in the hands of a lesser player, this Ling would be dead already, because the probes would have killed it. The probe, I don't know, man. That Ling is actually getting a little bit aggressive, a little bit greedy, going after a probe kill. Which, I don't know, man. That seems like aiming really high. But again, you are controlled by Jaedong, so aim high, I suppose. Aim high, young friend. Still probe scouting, still trying to see what's going on. Obviously, Jaedong is just droning up, trying to keep up and catch up to the economy. Sky has a better one right now because that early pool and those early lings really sacrifice some of what Jaedong's able to do into the mid-game here. But very quick lair here, about a 4-minute lair out of the Zerg. And then Zergling is no way he gets a probe kill. He's going on in. He's thinking if he gets it. Oh, I didn't believe in you, Zergy the Zergling, but you did all that you had to do to get a probe kill. You're still alive somehow, despite having all of 3 HP. Can you see the further tech? Can you find the Stargate that's coming up here? I think he already saw that. He knows there's a Stargate. Third base up for Jaedong in the top left. Zealot is confirming that and going to try to kill some of these drones too. Couple Zerglings, 4 Zerglings here actually to deal with him. And no drones should die at all. That's some pretty good stuff. That is some pretty good play there. Oh, the health bar is actually covered by the mineral patch. That seems like a problem. Ah, well, it's all good. Yeah, so the Lings are going to come up and handle both sides. This Zealot is dead. He knows it. He's just trying to take out some Lings with him. But again, Jaedong-controlled Zerglings, not going to happen, man. So annoying, but not much else. Never actually took down a drone there. Dragoon running about, trying to see what's going on. Corsair production has begun from Sky. Spire about 50% complete here for Jaedong. So how did he lose an Overlord? Did you find one? Dragoon must have found an Overlord to kill it there. Nicely done. Like, well executed for sure. Sending that Dragoon out and finding an Overlord to kill at this stage of the game is really annoying for Jaedong. But he's working on his Spire. He's not going to have any anti-air whatsoever to deal with this Corsair for just a little bit of time. So the Overlords are hiding in corners as well as they can and spreading themselves out so the Corsair can't get splash damage on him and kill multiple ones at once. But yeah, I mean, there's nobody to help you. There is nobody to help you, Overlord, at all. Ling's actually going to try to knock down this power generator. Are they not doing any damage to it? Oh, there's multiple ones there. There are 2 ones there. He wants this backdoor attack. And this probe is going to scout it here just in the nick of time, provides vision for it, and going to try to block it off by throwing up a pylon there, too. So Corsair ends up getting 1 kill. There really wasn't any stopping that. Scourge on the way to sets. And the Corsair decides to go ahead and pull on out. Just get out of there. No big deal. Evolution Chamber and a Macro Hatch at the third base here for Jaedong. Zergling trying to see what's going on. There are some Zealots and Dragoons running around here. And yeah, this power generator is almost dead. So that back door, if that's open, that is a problem for Sky. He doesn't want that to happen. Obviously, it's already very weakened, so it's basically open already if anything heads back there. Sunken Colony coming up, and not a Spore here at the third base. He's worried about a Zealot attack, and by golly, there is one. There is a Zealot attack cruising across the map right this very second. As we can see, yeah, so Dragoons here, that's not going to do much versus these Lings and this Sunken. The Zealots decide we don't really like what we see here either. So Sky being patient and not really wanting to jump in there if not necessary. Well played for sure. Cannon, gateway here. So we're 2 base in it for the Protoss, working on High Templar now. That tech's going to be here sooner rather than later, and it's going to be obviously Hydras, the tech of choice here for Jaedong. 7 Hydras in production, working on missile attacks, working on faster Overlord movement, and faster Hydra movement too. Look at these drones actually sacrificing their bodies so the Hydras don't take any shots at all. That was pretty interesting. Did any drones die? I didn't hear any drones die, but definitely some Lings did, but that's okay too. Lings and drones can be sacrificed to keep Hydras alive, without question. Lurker aspect on the way. Ground weapons being researched here too, out of Sky. So definitely going for a Templar gateway style play right now. Don't see any sign that we're going to see any Reavers, or possibly we could definitely see Archons here, but with a Storm upgrade, it generally indicates that what we're going to see here is just a bunch of High Templar throwing down at them spells and not so much the Archon splash damage. So here come the Hydras. This is a fairly intimidating attack. Storm is not done yet. And as a result, these Zealots are the only thing that really stand between Sky and losing his natural base. The Zealots decide, you know what? We're going to pull the Hydras away. We're going to try to initiate an attack across the other side of the map, and it totally works. The Hydras do end up fleeing. They could have got stuff done here for sure. Storm was not done yet. But instead, they chase these Zealots down to kill them. Sacrificial Zealots, sure, but you know what? Maybe they can even make it home. They are very fast after all with their leg enhancements upgrade. And you know what? That was a genius play out of Sky. He pulled the Hydras out of position. Storm is effectively done now, and by the time the Hydras show up, Storm's going to be ready to go. There are multiple High Templar here. And there it is. Storm is done. Wow! That was a fantastically heads-up play out of Sky. I like it. I like what I'm seeing here. Now the Storm is present, and now the Hydras need to split. They are in trouble. The Hydras actually getting some decent shots off here. Lings on top of the Zealots. They try to pick off the High Templar, but couldn't quite do it. There are additional High Templar waiting inside the natural base there. Jaedong going to pull back. Perhaps going to make some, there we go, making some lurkers as lurker aspect is done. 4th base coming up for Jaedong along the left side here. Got his Queen's Nest up here at the 3rd. And he's going for a hive here inside the main. So going for tier 3 tech. Ling's trying to get stuff done. These lurkers want to finish hatching more than anything. Can they get it is the question. They're very close. Oh, the storm, though. Oh, major victory for Sky. Wipes out several lurkers. Forces cancels on some of them as well. This is now 96 to 66 supply. Yes, the Protoss is supposed to be up at this stage of the game, but man alive, that was a good time victory. Those were a lot of hiders that are now out of commission, a lot of lurkers that are not going to exist anymore. And we're pushing across. Sky trying to make this thing happen. How are the upgrades on these Zealots? They got +1 attack. The Archon here also with the +1 attack. 4th base in trouble. Full evacuation of drones here out of Jaedong. You don't see this very often. Him forced to evacuate entirely from a base and just kind of sacrificing it. Lings are popping on in. They're trying to take down the Archon first. They do focus it down quite nicely, but everybody else has to deal with these fast Zealots. They decide to go right after the hatch rate. They got the +1 attack. The Lings are coming in to try to deal with it. I don't know if there are enough Lings to actually stop this from happening, but you know what? A lurker comes in. Oh, does manage to burrow in just in the nick of time with 15 HP. The Zealots decide to abandon attacking the 4th base. Just enough defense here from Jaedong. Absolutely brilliant play from him. The Zealots trying to start on top of the ramp there versus these Lings. Additional Lings cruising on in here too. They don't have any upgrades, but they outnumber the Zealots quite nicely, and they do clear them out. And the 4th base rather is saved. So well done. In the meantime, Sky is taking his own 3rd base. Mineral only patch down here to the south of his natural. And I like what Sky is doing so far. I really do. Is making Dark Templar. Is working on +2 attack for his Zealots. Or is that +3? That is +3 he's got started, ladies and gentlemen. At 11.5 minutes. Working on Carapace upgrades as well as attack upgrades for the Lings, but still no upgrades at all. So upgrade advantage definitely here to Sky, which is really important versus Zerg. If your army, your Protoss army has better upgrades, you do better than against the Zerg anyway, even if the upgrades are even. So that helps immensely. Helps you win major engagements. Dragoons, I don't know how happy they are about these Lings that are coming in, but they've got a High Templar in the mix who has enough for 2 storms. So it might be enough. Corsair just trying to pick off Scourge. In the meantime, takes a shot to the face from Scourge. Instead, ends up completely dead. A bit of a whiff of a storm on the bridge there. And Sky decides to pull on back a little bit. You can't even do anything over here, can you? You can, I mean, you can scout for a base, but there's not one there. Lurker's burrowing in on the ramp. Where's the... Does he not have an observer? What is going on? He's just attacking into lurkers without an observer. The Lings are on top of these guys too. Storm on the Lings. Getting some stuff done there. Almost enough for another storm. That 3rd one is not too far away. Meanwhile, Dark Templar are doing crazy stuff here inside the main base of Jaedong. Getting some stuff done. Gonna try to deny a Carapace upgrade. Not too shabby. 6 kills and 5 kills each on these dudes. They get the Evolution Chamber. They deny the upgrade. Lings coming in mass to try to deal with these Dark Templar. One manages to make it out, though. That's some pretty good stuff. DT loose inside your base is never a good thing. Drones going back to work, and there's the Lurker and the Detection and the Zerglings, and the DT gets another kill, but gets wiped out as well. Does he seriously? He got an observer. All right, so he's going to deal with these Lings first, and the Lurker should not be a problem. Zealots need to be in the front. Their positioning not that great out of Sky. Lurker's coming on down. I don't know about this, guys. I'm not convinced that's what you want to do, is walk right past a ton of those Dragoons. But production tab says a ton of Lings got Defilers on the way now from Jaedong, working on Reavers too. Ling trying to get stuff done, but once again, I mean, these are +2 Zealots, man. +2 Zealots versus your +1 Carapace is okay, and your no attack upgrades either. Working on the ground attack upgrade for the melee, but it's not done yet. It's very close. Lings on top of Dragoons is what you want. The Zealots not actually attacking, taking shots from Lings is not what you want either. Meanwhile, Lings and Lurkers attacking on into this 4th base attempt from Sky. Cannons are here. Dark Templar are, or rather High Templar are here. Lurkers trying to get stuff done, but they're in range of cannons, which is never a good thing. However, they do manage to win that battle. The Lurkers do in that engagement. Middle of the map here, some Lings do catch some Dragoons out of position. Not looking good for Sky here. The cannons are not in range of those Lurkers. They're very injured, but nothing can stop them. High Templar ready to go. Overlords show up without anything in them. So Lurker down. And that lurker's down if you just get a storm off on him, buddy. Free overlords for some reason? I don't know what this is. Yeah, lurker's down. So base saved. Sky manages to save that. An attempted base up here by Sky gets shut down by Lings as Jaedong sniffs it out and gets it done before even the Nexus starts warping in. Plague being researched. Ah, drop lords are a thing. Jaedong going for the Ling drops. Oh my gosh, going for the Ling drops. The Zerglings have +1/+1. They got +2 ground carapace coming up here too, making them a little bit tankier. Some Lings, a bit of a distraction here in the middle of the map as the drop lords come on in. There's a Reaver defending though. Oh my gosh, a Reaver defending would possibly be the greatest thing of all time. But Lurkers down, Defilers down, Dark Swarm up. Lings on top of your cannons. Zealots in here to fight as well. The Reaver decides to waddle on back home very intentionally, make stuff happen. Jaedong supply block, losing a couple overlords there, but that's okay. Archons in the mix to deal with the Lings and to deal with the Lurkers. Zealots in the mix to try to do that. Oh, where'd your detection go? Did you lose detection on this Lurker? That's not good. That's not good at all. Defiler gets picked off here too. A bunch of production facilities get wiped out. Heading on down this way, we got Lings attacking into the 4th base at the same time. Jaedong is kind of everywhere right now. Scourge. I don't know what the Scourge are here for. There's not really no Skytoss units responding to this. Oh my gosh, this Lurker has 7 kills. Storm it. No? Alright. Lings and Lurkers are the 4th base again. These cannons in a ton of trouble. Another Dark Swarm comes up. Lurkers. Oh, outside of the circle. Unfortunately for it. Lings falling outside of the circles here too. Zealots responding effectively to the attack. This Lurker is still alive. Zealot can't see him. Detection range of the cannons is definitely not enough here. Attempted drop shenanigans over here on the left side. Not sure what that's all about. But the base ends up getting wiped out. Oh, he got it. He got the Nexus. Wiped out a ton of production facilities here too. Sky is still up. 130 to 86 supply. And Jaedong hasn't taken... Oh, he has taken a 5th. He's taken a 5th, which this probe sees, and maybe these Archons will be enough to shut down. Is that +3 attack done? +3 attack is done. These drones are in trouble. Ow, ow, ow. Zealots with +3 attack are problematic here, responding a whole bunch of Zerglings, but this is basically a Zealot Archon play. I don't think these Lings can do enough to save this hatchery. And by golly, it goes down so fast to these +3 Protoss units. Hey, guess who's dropping again? Jaedong. Jaedong's dropping again, folks. Does he have a Dark Swarm to toss down? Does he feel like he even needs it? I don't know. A bunch of Lings are dying. You can hear those. There's your Dark Swarm. Storm on the Lurker. And that main Nexus is going to get focused down by these Zerglings. They almost have the +2 attack. Storm wipes out most of them, though. And Sky manages to hang on, killing a lot of Lings in the process. I think Sky's in a pretty decent position, folks. He's on 4 bases, as is Jaedong. He's up 135 to 83 supply. Jaedong cruising around with his +2/+1 dudes, making more Hydras in the mix. He's trying to do this thing essentially with Ling, Lurker, Defiler. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Reaver putting himself into a defensive position here. Maybe trying to expand up this way too. Sky, Jaedong trying to take a 4th base in the north section, as this one is getting scouted out to the south. A lot of Lings, but Lurker count doesn't seem all that high. I mean, these +3 Zealots and Archons are doing serious work right now. As Lurkers burrow in. Oh, forcing a cancel on that 5th base. Sky is doing everything he needs to do right now. He's surviving the drops. He's keeping his bases alive. He replaced a base when he lost it. He took down a base of Jaedong's. He denied another one here economically. He is on fire, although Ultralisks are on the way. Zealot, Archon, Reaver is actually pretty good against them. I mean, I don't see any Ultralisks on the field, nor are there any in production, but chitinous plating implies we're going to see Ultras at some point. I've never seen that upgrade gotten and never done anything. Dark Templar attacks to the south, but Jaedong sniffed it out. Dark Templar attacks in the main base. Defiler gets wiped out. Ling's getting handled here. I mean, one shot in Ling's pretty good stuff if you're a DT. Oh, is he out of range? He's out of range of the detection and just hacking away at these Lings. This Dark Templar is doing serious work right now. This one trying to swing back in. Maybe take down a Defiler in the mix, but nope. Does get spotted, pulls it out. That one, Overlord shows up to the south there. 150 to 111 supply. Another attempted hatch gets canceled. Jaedong's response time is good, but losing the base is not good at all. Dark Templar manages to sneak up here with all of 3 HP. Hiding up here on the high ground. How do you even get over here? That is absolutely hilarious. So Jaedong stuck on 4 bases. He needs to wipe out one. Oh my gosh, another one is done for Sky. His 5th base is done. Ladies and gentlemen, 160 to 120. Up a total of 40 supply right now. Jaedong needs this to work, you guys. Preemptive Storm's getting out right now. Reaver's trying to get shots off. Yo, a lot of Lings die there. More Lings die there. This Reaver is just sitting back and having a good time. Having a good time. 1 Scarab for a Ling. Not all that cost efficient, but that's all right. Lurkers observation has shown up. Ow! 2 Lurkers down instantly. Dark Templar gets in the mix, starts hacking away. I love the Dark Templar in the mix. Ling's trying to take down this 5th base, but again, there's cannons here, there's Storm here. Dark Swarm, sure, but the Zealots don't care about your Dark Swarm at all. Defiler getting picked off in the distance. All of these Lurkers are getting wrecked. I think Sky might have actually won this game. I don't want to call it ahead of time, and I know it's Jaedong, but he's doubling up the supply of the Zerg player. Jaedong is barely able to get his 5th base down south. It's not done yet. I'm not sure we can count it done. And the army's heading this way anyway. Was there attempted storm drop somewhere? I heard it, but I do not see the High Templar anywhere. Must have gotten wiped out just after casting that storm. All right, Ultralisks in play right now, but as I mentioned, Archon's pretty good against Ultras, Zealots decent against Ultras, and Reaver's exceptionally good against Ultras. That's an 11-kill Reaver down there. Jaedong is down 173 to 99 supply. He's defending his 5th base with a handful of Lings and a couple Lurkers. It's not much. Sky says, you know what, let's go somewhere else. I'm not worried about your Ultras. Where's your detection, though, is the question. I don't see any observers with this army. Great Storm. This one Ultra, look at how fast it dies. Blah. Look how fast this Ultra is going to die. It's not even engaging. It's going to die so fast. More Lings are here, though. Ling Ultra, much better than just Ultra and just Ling. They complement each other exceptionally well. That Archon, I don't know what he was doing. Pathing is hard sometimes in StarCraft. 2 more Ultras in production. I kind of feel like there was an angle there for Sky to come down and wipe out this base, but he didn't do it. And now it's up, and that's kind of a big deal for Jaedong to have a 5th base at this stage. That said, it is a 5-basing Protoss at the moment. And economically, he is just ahead of Jaedong in every particular way. Ling Ultra trying to make stuff happen at this 4th base, but there's a Reaver. The Ultras actually turn about and head the other way here as Sky is in the middle of the map, gets scouted by an Overlord. Is Jaedong going to try to engage here head-on in the middle of the map? I don't know about this. He's got a Defiler. Here it is. Here's your engagement. It's Ultras versus Archons and Lings and Dragoons. And finally, the Dark Swarm goes down, making the Dragoons not as effective as they otherwise could be. Lings showing up, though. Ling Ultra making it happen against this Protoss army. The Archons get wiped out. Everybody is dead. +2 attack is done on all of these Lings and these Ultras. And suddenly, Jaedong seems to have swung back into a much better position here. Additional Archons in position. Zealots running about. Army supply, a lot of it is defensive right now for Sky. He's got additional Reavers in the mix. He doesn't have the attack upgrade that allows the Reavers to do 25 extra damage on their Scarab hits. And again, that is splash for sure. Jaedong, is he coming back? He's still down about 50 supply, but this composition is pretty terrifying for Sky to deal with right now. Dark Templar does deny the 6th base attempt here by Jaedong up north. That's brilliant play. Another Dark Templar running about. He's got 1 kill, getting chased by Overlords. I love that he's keeping Jaedong busy here. I really do. Allowing him to get an additional High Templar, allowing him to get additional Archons. His army is back. He's got a couple Reavers in this shuttle. He can't lose it to Scourge. He needs to be careful with that. And Jaedong pulling back with his Ling Ultra right now. Another Reaver in production. 173 to 107. Sky is just up, man. If Jaedong loses this 5th base, I think he might just be done. But coming on in from the north, tons of Ultras are here. Dropping the Reavers, trying to get some shots off in here to assist. Nicely done. A lot of Lings going down. Tons of Storm in the mix there too. Archons focusing down the Ultras, and that's your good game. Jaedong taps out, and Sky is your winner here in 24 minutes and 55 seconds. That engagement was everything. 163 to 86 supply. He didn't feel like he could handle this army. These Ultras are all about to toast. They're all in the reds or the yellows. +3 attack zealots with 1/1 upgrades on shields and armor too. Couple Reavers in the mix. The High Templar don't have enough energy for additional Storm, but that's okay. But yeah, I think he just knew he was going to lose this base. He didn't have the reinforcements anywhere to handle it. Lost it. 6th base never happened. And he tapped out. So fantastic play out of Sky. I got to find more replays of Sky. Right? Yes, I do. I absolutely just got to start casting more games of Sky. He is an incredible Protoss player. Oof. DT drops, Storm drops, denying bases of Jaedong, handling Ling drops with Defiler support, holding on to this 4th base. It got done. It got destroyed once, but he immediately replaced it, immediately defended it. I am very, very impressed with Sky, you guys. Maybe he has an advantage because he plays against Jaedong all of the time because he's his teammate, but dang, there was not a base exempt from harassment by Sky. On the flip side, this natural base never got hit by anything. This 3rd base never got hit by anything. The main base got hit by a lot, but well defended. These cannons, I wish we could see the kill counts for cannons, but we can't, so. Phew, upgrade advantage as well. Only +2 here. 5 armor here. Hang on a second. I need to find a drone real fast. And then the 2 armor. So not even fully upgraded on the armor for the Ultras and Lings either. Look at all that Zerg blood in that mix. That's a ton of Zerg blood. Just the Storm combined with the Reavers, with the Archons in the mix here too. Zealots kind of soaking up damage and doing beautiful stuff. I mean, I consider myself a Zerg main, and I can really respect the Protoss play we're seeing here out of Sky today. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, let's go ahead and check out the final score, though, before we go for good. Final score, 167,000 for Jaedong, 174 for Sky. 650 Zerg units produced, 515 of them killed by Sky. Structures here, 23 units raised by Jaedong. That's a lot for a Zerg player. I'm going to be honest with you. That's an absolute ton. And still, didn't end up winning there. And then resources, pretty even. This is a pretty even resource board, you guys. Jaedong mined about 1,000 more gas, maybe 600 more gas even. Sky ended up mining 2,000 more minerals, and overall, only about 1,000 more resources spent by Sky in that game. So he didn't outspend Jaedong. Jaedong didn't outspend him, and that, I think, was the problem. Jaedong needed to outspend Sky. Couldn't do it because of all the bases that were being denied. I think he was trying to go for a big kind of a 4-base attack and win it. Couldn't do it there. 5th base was late, got denied several times. 6th base got denied too, and Sky got the win. So GG to Sky. Again, going to cast more of this dude for sure, but today that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.